right, we're back with the coaching staff from Notre Dame, Fighting Irish. Had a solid day on Sunday, week 1. Coach Smitty, Coach Tokes, how's it going, fellas?
Good.
It's going real good.
All right, good. So, like I said, had a strong day for Notre Dame. I just kind of we wanted to get your perspective. What quick thoughts, quick recap on how you thought the day went overall for you guys.
Me personally, I think we did good especially it being the first day, first time the groups was getting together. I think they came together well and was able to like certain players were directing some of the newer players or the players that they've never played with before, and they were kind of showing them the ropes. I think that was positive, and I think altogether it was a good day.
Yeah, same here on offense. I think it was all a good day. I think we kind of started off a little slow because we wasn't really sure what was going to happen, and we was kind of nervous about the whole situation. But after the first game, the second game we were really well, and we really found our rhythm. In the third game, we just, we kind of fell off a little bit. People was getting kind of tired, and people were starting to lose concentration. But I feel like, that was a good learning step for all of us as a team.
Great. Yeah, I think we were talking about before, in a lot of our interviews for last week after the draft was how important that initial period was and how important everybody can gel together quickly. So I know, Coach Tokes, you mentioned the first one was a little rough and just trying to get everybody put together and play as a team. So give me an idea, on both of your thoughts as far as how they adjusted and who kind of stepped up as far as getting that team to play together.
Yeah, and on my side, I think like that beginning period, we should have probably we went into the route tree. I think we were a little confused on the timing. So I think if we would have done it differently and just went straight into our team offense and then put together the plays that way and the players in there, I think it would have went a little bit smoother. And I think that's why we got off to kind of a slow start. But yeah, I think next week we'll just probably just because we're going to have a call and then just try to incorporate those plays out the gate so that there'll be no confusion when we actually get back to the field.
Yeah, same over here. I feel like our pre-warm up was kind of the confusion area. We just jumped straight onto our route tree, which probably wasn't the best idea, but it still influenced us a little bit with a little bit of motivation. The first game, the quarterback really took charge of it. He called out some plays. He was like, "Get this guy," and then worked from the outside in. And then the second game, he was really reading everything really well. He stood out. He was probably the best player of the day to me, honestly, because he stood out. He took his time with the plays, let it develop, and really hit them from the home run. So
was that Nate?
Yeah, that was Nate.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, so we just rotate our players in just to see, who could stand out right now immediately in, a situation like we had last week where we didn't have no warm-up, where we didn't have no structure. Who can just step up and ball out right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, and in my opinion, what we talked about last week in the draft show is that you guys drafted one of a good 3 receiving core in Gavin, Nate, and Caden. Being an offensive coordinator new to some of these kids and never seen some of these kids, how did those 3 how did they do for you on the offensive side?
They did really well. They was really respectful. They really took my play and my development, how I was explaining it to them. They really took it under me, and they did everything perfectly fine. Gavin and all the rest of them, I think they like to run the routes together. So I think that's what we're going to try to incorporate next week. Just have them on, the same side. And then when it comes to situations like we're facing a good team, we're going to try to split them apart because I feel like, they want to be together on the same side of the ball, but we have to split them up so we can get a little bit more different variations of routes and combos. So
why don't we take a quick look at some of those games and maybe get some of your your thoughts as far as how everything went. First game, you started off against Indiana State. The Sycamores got the shutout, the big shutout for the first game, 12-0. Give me a little idea, Coach Smitty, how the defense started off, how everybody performed, how you thought the game went.
Yeah, I think we played well the first game. I mean, it was kind of a slow start, getting the kids into the coverages. But you got kids on the field like Nehemiah Dow and Nate Williams that know how to, run a defense and get people into their positions, and adjust. So that helped out a lot. It was pretty much lockdown, honestly. We had I think 1 or 2 sacks. So that's really good. And, when you go into our defensive stats, I think it showed. So I think they did really well on defense side first game.
How about that offensive side, Coach Stokes? Now, were those 12 points? I'm sorry, I don't have that in front of me. Were they 2 offensive scores or were there either picks? I'm not sure.
I think one was a pick, wasn't it?
Got a pick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. 1 pick, and then we scored a touchdown.
Yeah. The first game for the offense, we came out a little slow. I don't think we scored on the first possession, but our defense stepped up and really gave us motivation. And then we got it on our feet and started rolling a little bit faster. I really only ran 5 plays against that team, Indiana State, to be honest. So I feel like they picked up the plays pretty fast.
Yeah. What of this? I guess is a question for you both. What, as a defense coordinator, what offense gave you the most trouble based on the scheme and what they were doing? What both of you guys in what team made it the most hardest? To go against.
Defensive wise, of course, I'm going to say Purdue. That's the one team that beat us. But besides that fact, I think offensive coordinator Lyon, with him being as smart as he is as an offensive coordinator and us playing them when the team, third game, we're kind of fatigued, our mind's not as fresh as that first 2 games. I think it kind of messed us up a little bit and caused some breaks in the defense, and that really kind of messed us up. But, that's just good coaching on Lyon's side. So, you know what I'm saying? I definitely say Purdue.
Yeah, I'm going to say Purdue too, honestly, because we kind of broke down. We kind of lost concentration. We kind of got fatigued. And Lyon really stepped up and, made us really work for it. He took a lot of time off the clock too. I don't know if that was really allowed, but in his huddles, he was wasting time.
Yeah.
But our quarterback and our wide receivers, they started getting fatigued. They started running their routes real sluggish. Our quarterback started throwing the ball way too quick. He wasn't letting the play fully develop. So I feel like that's something we're going to have to work on towards the end of the game every time.
All right, so coming up next week, obviously you've been through a week of the season, 3 games so far. Get a good idea of what the tempo is, what the other teams are like. What are some things that you're looking to adjust and bring to next week for your team?
Defensive wise, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to make sure certain players are in their spots and get into their zones. If we're in zone, playing the correct man coverage, which is something that I really expect to see improve Sunday, because I think we slacked off a little bit in our man coverage last week. So, and then I would also say I know that the players are a lot more motivated now, especially with us ending the day with a loss. I expect to see a lot more momentum out of the players when they're coming out Sunday.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Just work on getting the players in the right spots. That's what we're going to work on after this meeting. Second thing I would work on is just the huddle situation, having the right people in the huddle at the right time, because last week it's kind of confusing when we had so many people calling out what routes they want to run. So we're just trying to make sure the huddle is really straight and only with the people that we need to run the routes. And that's it.
There you go. There's a big redemption game coming up. I haven't looked, but I don't know when you're playing Purdue again. Do you guys know?
Game 3.
Game 3?
Yeah.
Look for that big rematch there. I think 2 top teams, or, from what I saw on the sideline, just physically, I think the bigger guys, the longer guys, that Notre Dame and Purdue team, really impressive as far as physically and the way they look. So I'm excited for that rematch. Wish you guys the best. Appreciate you joining us, and good luck this week.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got the IU coaches back in the building here after week 1. A strong showing on Sunday. You guys went 2-1. Coach Scott, Coach Marcus, how we doing, fellas?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good. So we want to get a quick idea. Obviously, you're 1 week in, 3 games in. if both you can kind of give me your perspective, overall opinion, thoughts about week one, how your team did, overall performance for you guys.
Go ahead first, Scott.
Yeah, I thought we started off, real sharp without having, we didn't get much time to, to get grooving. Marcus kind of broke down a little bit of defense, but I think we threw one slant warm up, and that was about the only ball that flew beforehand. But, they came out. We had, a lot of completions, a lot of connections, big plays. I thought it was a good 3 games for a first weekend.
Yeah, like
go ahead.
it started off real cool. Got the guys in, got them figured out where they're gonna be at and stuff, and just went rolling from there.
Yeah, in the draft show, I initially said that you guys will go undefeated the first day, and I mentioned that y'all may not get scored on. What happened on the defenses? You know what I mean? Just to go against what I said.
I mean, overall, the defense played really well. I mean, they kind of, in the second game against Notre Dame, it kind of got a little shaky in there, and that's where we gave up the bulk of our points. But I think the other 2 teams ISU, they didn't score on us, and Purdue, they only scored 1 time. So
Yeah.
defense is there. We just got to continue to be consistent.
I think that was the drive where we would have had a pick on the second ball, but our defenders kind of collided into each other. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't think that score would have happened.
I think that was the video posted today, and they ran into each other.
Oh yeah.
No,
that was a different one.
Yeah, Ray and Aiden. Ray and Jamari.
Yeah.
Was fighting for the ball with each other.
Yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of content being out about Jaden Chase, I think is his name. What assets did he bring to the table, and what you guys think about him?
Yeah, so on the offensive side of the ball, he actually he plays with Jaden on his travel tackle team. So I kind of pulled a little sneak move in the draft there, got him. I knew he's going to run probably the best routes of anybody, and he was on point. He was where he needed to be. When you get the ball to him, he found some open spots. He came up big in that first week.
And on defense, he actually has our only team's interception when he went up and fought with it with no line and came down with it and pulled it away. So all around, he's a playmaker.
Well, speaking of him, there he is right there snatching a TD. So.
Speak a little further. So obviously on offense, with the players of the week, we got Jaden Buchanan as on the offensive side. Coach Scott, give me a little idea, kind of what you thought of his performance, how the day went for him.
I thought he fit some balls into some beyond some deep balls. He fit them into some really tight windows, and I think a lot of them caught the receivers off guard. Even when we were down low, that he was able to get it into there, and kind of surprised me. But I thought he threw one pick against Purdue to Nate Williams, who obviously snatched from everybody. But that was he regretted that when his receiver fell down, and then he still went ahead and threw it to somebody creeping along the back, and he paid for it there. But other than that, he was really smart with the ball, I thought.
Performance. Coach Mark, how about you on the defensive side? We got Ryan Resinger. Talk a little bit about his performance for the day.
That kid is phenomenal. Anything that you say to him, it's yes sir, no sir, yes coach, no coach, and he just has a positive attitude. And he's a lot of our third downs. He came up big on third down. He made I want to say 5 or 6 plays on third down for us to get the ball over back to the offense.
What are and Chris, cut me off whenever, but what are your after week one? Now, what are you thinking going into week 2? What might some adjustments be, or some, tinkering with the offense or defense that you're thinking about?
The offensive side, got to see the kids, spread out. I got to review some more of my footage that I have, but I'll be able to make some adjustments and put different kids in spots. And I think we moved the ball actually really, really easily. We just got to make sure we convert when we need to.
On the defense end, I'm moving some players around here and there to make it fit better for our defense. Yeah, it's gonna be some guys in some different spots. And we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
For the side of the ball that you coach, who was the toughest team for Scott? Like, who was the toughest defense and why? And then Marcus, who was the toughest offense and why?
You know, I thought they were all pretty even, actually. You know, I think offensively we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. You know, I try to do some little tricky stuff and things like that and flood zones. But I'd say, you know, we had to know where Nate was on Purdue. You know, seeing where he was playing, and I'll be thinking about him next week after seeing, you know, we played them first, but, you know, seeing him play in the other two games and some highlights of him, I'll definitely be watching kind of where he's at.
That's Demarion.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
And for us, I feel like the hardest team for us to play was it would be Notre Dame, because you know they got the three deep threats of Nate Williams, Gavin Lamb, and Caden. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but they kind of they do a good job of spreading those guys out with the vertical routes. But we're gonna be in tune to it next week.
That's big. You heard it. So big rematch coming up for you guys. Going to be the Irish. Get you some redemption there. That'll be a big game. Chris, anything else?
All good.
Awesome. Coaches, appreciate your time, man. Wish you the best coming up this week. Looking forward to a big week 2.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, we got the last and probably, well, everybody's 2-1, but I would say one of the more successful coaches for the first week. And we'll find out more about that a little later. Coach Lee from Purdue Boilermakers. What's happening, Coach?
What's up, man? What's up?
Not much. We obviously a strong week 1. A lot of even talent, close games, everything like that. I want to get your perspective on your squad. You handled both offense and defense week 1, huh?
Yeah, you know, it's just I think the difference between the other teams and our team is, like I said, I don't know if y'all was listening in the first one, but I said I made sure I got kids, friends that they was comfortable with. You know what I mean? So that was every one of those kids had at least somebody on the sideline they was talking to. You know what I mean? Or comfortable with. And Noah Lyon and Demarion made some place.
You went with the chemistry relationship off the field that you knew that was going to transfer to the field.
For sure.
That's a good move.
Yeah. Because you know we ain't got that much time, so it was just that's the only thing you can get out of that is chemistry. And like Coach Scott said, he said that he got a couple C Stars kids to help with his chemistry. You know what I mean? But I was thinking outside the box. I didn't need to C Star kids. I just needed a kid to have a friend on the same. You know what I mean? So
I love it.
That's all it was.
All right. So what do you think? Overall thoughts? You know, performance of the team, offensively, defensively. What are your thoughts for week 1 for you guys?
Offensively, we need some work as far as like a quarterback position. We got the best. I feel like the best quarterback, but he was a little timid a little bit, and Josh Nunley was the backup, and he came in and he didn't really do successful. But the one thing I can say about him is he understood he was messing up and he made plays on defense. So I think he had a pick 6 against ISU. So that's just kids is knowing, all right, I ain't doing good right here, but I'm gonna make it up on the other end, coach. So I just, like I said, I think I got the most coachable team, and kids is buying in with the effort and attitude.
Yeah, how did you what was that? We're getting a lot of different answers as far as like Indiana. They said they got one pass off in the first 20 minutes that they got before the game. What was that 20 minutes like for you?
The 20 minutes for me was I just wanted the kids to know, like, all right, you know, kind of how like me and you, Chris, when we coach, we like we make the kids know like, hey, yo, I'm here with you. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to say this like a big brother like type feel. So like I told him like straight up, hey, yo, we ain't really gonna have no time to go over that. I ain't a defensive coach. We're gonna go over cover 3, cover 2. I was 100 with the kids. And when we start off with IS2, you can tell like we messed up a lot on the cover 2. And we did man a lot. I did man probably the whole time because that was the most easiest thing we had in that 20 minutes because we was taking pictures and we did an 8 to 10 warm up. So we only had like 5 to 6 minutes to go over, and it was just a defense. So I just went over some simple stuff and just let them know, hey, y'all mess up. I mean, you know, we all not prepared. So I think they understood it. I didn't really expect or put a high standard on them, so they was more comfortable when they played.
We got so you were fortunate enough, Purdue was fortunate enough this week 1 to have the league offensive player of the week and the league defensive player of the week. So the big reveal here on offense, Noah Lyon, and then on defense, Demarion Jackson. So you had the ballers this week, man. Why don't you talk a little bit about each of their performance and what you thought?
I'll start off with Noah Lyon. I kind of I knew him as his attributes before going in because Chris hosted a workout and then we worked the kids out, and I was like, yo, Chris, man, this kid right here good with his route. So every route that was complex or any double moves or any like out routes or quick routes, I made sure Noah Lyon was in that position because I knew that particular route was going to be open. So I was like, you know what? I'll put my best route runner on the team in that position. So that's kind of why he had some success in some plays he just made on his own. And Demarion Jackson, he shocked me. I know my brother, Coach Mark, has been working with him, doing a lot of DB stuff with him, but he came out and just made some plays. And on the best players, like Notre Dame got Nate Williams, who's probably the best wide receiver in the league, and he didn't score, or he didn't even score. He didn't even catch a ball on him. So I think that was like, and they cool. So it was kind of like, dang, hey, Demarion, you locked him down this game, but you know we still got 3 more weeks, whatever. So you got to do it every time. But for this first week, I think Demarion and Noah like stood out as far as anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's good for our team and our chemistry and in our just going forward.
No doubt. Did you go? You talked about coverages and going man. Did you go man that whole game?
Yeah. Yes.
Locked it up, huh?
Yeah, Notre Dame. I don't even think the first couple of drives they didn't even get a completion because I was just like, you know what, we gonna man up. I knew some of the players, just their tendencies and stuff, and just getting in their heads a little bit, just manning up is kind of like, all right, man, like, I'm tired of this. You know what I mean? I'm tired of this dude following me around the whole time. So I knew it was gonna like sink in, and that being the last game we played them, so everybody was tired. So I was like, all right, we man up. They're not gonna have the same energy they have in the first game. So
it's the league is kind of funky right now as far as you guys beating Notre Dame and Notre Dame beating Indiana. It kind of seems like it's all neck and neck right now. What do you think it's going to take for your team to get a couple steps ahead of those two groups?
Well, like I said, the first game we played IU, we lost 10-9. We started off good, but they had a player that was a game changer, Ray Crawford. But I think he's not even coming back. So to be honest, like IU is not a factor without him to me. So if he's not coming back, I think like moving forward, the position that we're in, we locked in. Like it's nothing that I feel like it's going to honestly stop us if we just keep. Because we're only going to get better. We're not going to not get better. You know what I'm saying? So I think the first week was just like, all right, this is where you at, Lee. Purdue, this is where y'all at. Y'all lost to IU because of, Ray got open. I'm not even a lot of times. And we ain't got to worry about Ray no more. And we beat Notre Dame, which supposedly has the best roster of wide receiver core and DB. So I was like, man, we good for us. So it really depends on how the games go. So we start off with Notre Dame. we might be in a little rocky ship. You know what I'm saying? But if we play Notre Dame last, and we play ISU first, and then we get a little boost from ISU because ISU ain't that good.
Yeah, y'all got ISU.
We get a little confidence going in. We good. But
ISU, Indiana, then Notre Dame this week.
yeah, so we got Notre Dame last again.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we gonna be good this week. I think we can go 3-0 this week.
Coach Lee's putting up bulletin board material for each team right now. So put the league on notice.
You put the whole league. First you said so-called the best roster.
Nah, because this is what I told my kid. I said, they said I have the worst roster. They said, I was really saying, you said it on the you said Purdue's gonna go 2-1 and IU's gonna go 3-0. And I walked out there. I'm like, I looked at IU. I'm like, IU was small. Purdue was probably the most matched team, but we was like even across the board, like as far as height, talent. So I was like, man, like, what they talking about? Like, how we the worst team? So I told him, and that kind of gave them a little chip on their shoulder too when they played. So
that's it.
Just knowing they was doubted.
Let it be known. The rest of CEPSL. Coach Lee is making a statement right now.
Yes,
I got a target on y'all back now when this come out. Now.
It's cool. We always had a, you know what I'm saying? It's Coach Lee. You know, always got a target. So, but we did it. We did a good job, man. Just competing and then kind of had a little swagger too. I think we had the most swag out of every team too. So
that's not important. That's important.
Yeah.
Good. Well, big week one. We're looking for a big follow-up, a repeat performance, trying to go 3-0 for week two and separate themselves from Purdue Boilermakers. Coach Lee, we appreciate your time. Wish you the best this week too, man.
All right, man. God bless. Yes, sir.
All right, welcome back. We got the two players of the week. So we got for the league, the offensive player of the week is number 5 on Purdue, Noah Lyon. Noah, what's up, man?
How's it going?
All right. Thanks for coming on. And for the defense, we got his teammate, number 4, Demarion Jackson. Demarion, how we doing, man?
Good. How y'all doing?
Not bad. We appreciate you guys coming on. Congrats, players of the week. Noah, I guess I'll start with you. Just give me an idea kind of how you thought the league went, how you thought everything went for week one. Give me your overall thoughts about your team and just overall.
Yeah, I thought it went pretty good, honestly. A lot of credit to my team and players like Isaiah Rogers, like just finding me and looking for me. We got a good group of guys and looking to make plays. All glory to God. He's there with me and helped me through this process. It was a blast, and I can't wait to play the next 3 weeks, and I will definitely enjoy my time there.
Sounds good. I'm excited to watch it. Demarion, how about you, man? Give me overall thoughts, how week one went for you. You were in the squad.
It went good. I really like my team. The quarterback, Isaiah and Josh, I really like how they found everybody. Noah, good route runner. Luke, good route runner. I really like everybody on our team, and I hope to play more.
Forward to it.
I'll say, yeah. Of course, I've only seen the clips that I've been sent. You know what I mean, of the games. Noah, what do you think as a receiver? What sets you apart from everybody else in the league?
Just being able to get open, honestly, because it happens so fast. 7-on-7, you need to get open at all times and find space to make big plays. So
that's big time. And Demarion, from the stats, if I'm not mistaken, he picked off every team. Is that right, Kyle?
This man had pick for each team, and that I haven't seen that in a tournament or a league just yet. So that was pretty impressive for a week one performance.
Yes, that's big time. So, what in the quarterback do you look for? And in being a deceptive defensive back, and how are you able to pick up all 3 teams?
So I really look at the quarterback eyes, and then every time they was trying to throw to the flat, I guess because the coaches told them like, cause this 7-on-7 year I wasn't doing good in the flats. So I guess they told them that, and they kept throwing it to the flat. So every time they throw it to the flat, I go up and pick it off.
So you had one pick six, and then the other one was like a 2-point conversion, but that was over the top too. Were you in man coverage for all those?
Yeah, I was in man coverage for the extra point, and then I don't think I was in man coverage for the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, how do you two guys being on the same team, being offensive MVP and defensive MVP, what does that mean to your team as a whole?
No, we're definitely dominant, you know, being that both MVPs of the week, you know, on both sides of the ball. So that can definitely lead to many factors of, you know, causing teams havoc. So.
What about you?
I really like how everything is going, like offense and defense. That can play a big factor of like all the weeks we going through. And if all the coaches think that me and him, like it's just me and him, it's other players on our team that can facilitate and move around and get the ball.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What team or what game are you looking forward to next week? You got some redemption coming up for the Irish, don't you?
Yeah, no, IU.
Oh, no,
IU.
Oh, IU.
Yeah, IU, definitely IU.
Yeah.
That'll be a big match.
Sure. What are you guys both? What is your guys' both presence on the opposite side of the ball? I know you got offensive MVP and Demarion, you got defensive MVP. What is your guys' presence and role on the other side of the ball?
Yeah, so I play corner, and you know I can play outside linebacker as well and stop the slots from getting open and catching balls. But you know,
On offense, I play outside receiver. I can play inside too. I just play outside because we had Noah and Luke, really the best inside receivers in the league. I was playing outside receiver, and Isaiah Rodgers, he was finding me, throwing me good balls, and yeah.
Yeah, this the last question for me. But what is Coach Lee being who's out there coaching by himself? What does he bring to the table as far as being a player, and what kind of energy does he bring?
you know, he's very hyped. You know, he's all about motivation and you know wanting success and believing in us. You know, we can make it happen. And he's a very good coach.
Yeah, he told us before every game started, before we started warming up, he said he don't care about the wins or the losses. He care about how coachable his kids is. He don't care about having the best kid on his team. He care about how his kids is coachable and how his kids can get over the bad stuff they did and do the good stuff. So I really like that.
Big, and that's consistent because that's what Coach Lee just said about 10 minutes ago. So that's huge. The message is clear for the Purdue Boilermakers. All right, fellas, listen, congratulations. Great job on week 1. Look forward to watching you guys week 2 and moving forward through the season, guys. Have fun.
Thank you.
Still on.
Congrats.